Hey, Good Fox here. So I want to put together some budget teams for you guys. I've been doing a lot of player reviews, but I don't really touch the lower kind of budget type of players anymore for reviews. So what I'm going to do is put together a budget team. I got a few asks for something like this, so let's get to it. I got to put together. One thing I will say, I put this together yesterday, and prices have risen today. Just another reminder to buy on Saturdays. All right, so let's start at most important positions on offense, the skill positions and quarterback. I like fast guys that can run block. So perfect guy right here, this Stills. Now for a 250K budget, which is what our target is today, this Stills got 93 speed. It doesn't really show his run block. And I guess I can find it by going to another page here. Let's go to players. Let's see, you guys see this? All right, so we'll go to Stills here. This is how we'll look at their positions. What? There it is. So his run block's pretty decent here over at 63. So we want a guy that can, catch fast, go on drags, post routes, anything. Gets there somewhere fast. He's got decent spec and catching traffic. Price up 7.6% today. That might be part of the reason we're slightly over budget from where we were yesterday. But hopefully you guys forgive me for that. Another one just like that, Fuller. 25K, and I'm spending big on wide receivers because that's the best way to move the ball. Getting guys that can actually do things for you. I guess I can just look at his ratings right here. I forgot about that little button. So Fuller, again, speed, run block, solid player for us. And I like to build around this, around speed for the receivers. So who's faster than Mike Wallace? Almost nobody, except for Deion Sanders, but he's way out of our price range. So of our 250K, I guess I should turn my budget on. 250,000. Half of it was spent on receivers. That's how important I think that position is in the game of Madden. Yes, half of it. Because the rest of them you could kind of cheap out with some really good budget players, and there are budget wide receivers. You can easily not focus on wide receivers, focus more on run blocking and running. But again, I'm going to get a good running back too, and the guy's name is Henry. So why I'm taking a bruising back guy that can truck forward? Because our offensive line is going to kind of suffer. So we're not going to be able to do as many stretches. Outside runs are going to be okay. You'll want a pass catching back, which actually I didn't put into this lineup, but you can find one, Tavon Austin type. But so we're gonna want to hit holes quick and up the middle with the Henry on the dives. We're gonna grab him quick. At quarterback, you guys saw me do a video on this one, the 84 chemistry Vic. So pick him, DT times 2. He is fairly cheap too, not going for much coin at all. 16K for a quarterback that can just move out of the pocket. Good throwing power. You worry about these accuracies. You're going to sail a pass a game. Don't get angry. This is Vic. Of course, your guys aren't going to play as well as the top end players, so you really can't be too mad at him sailing because he will produce for you well. All right, on tight ends, again, speed is so important here. We're going to go with Ladarius Green. And then you ask yourself, but wait, I thought we wanted to run the ball too. So you're going to get yourself a backup tight end. Delaney Walker cards always block great. I guess we'll just get a cheaper one of the two, which would be the alternate chemistry today, but that fluctuates. Just whatever one's cheaper. And all these things, you can easily find snipes on them if you're patient. Get them for a few K under market value. You really shouldn't be paying market value or above on a lot of these guys. If you're patient, you can do well. All right, to round out our offense here, I want an offensive line that can block pretty well. Now on both ways. Now you can get one that's focusing on run blocking and focusing on pass protection. What's great about your receivers is they're so great at both. Their flexibility can go. I mean, obviously Mike Wallace isn't the greatest run blocker. We can take a look at his run blocking here quick. 48 run blocking. So that's 12 points under my other guys. And so he's not going to be able to really lead block for you. So you want to make subs in the game when you can get to him. But 94 speed, if you get his milestone, but we don't have pick chem activated, but you're going to have 94 speed on that. That's just wonderful for this card. And what's great is you get the DT also activated on Vic and these guys, so they get the bonuses there. Like Vic's throw power also goes up 2, which just makes him crazy. So we'll get tier 2 on the deep threat for him. Look at throw power's up to 94 on him with the tier 2. Anyways, moving on. These guys get their spec catch. We'll just take a look at, say, Stills with his DT tier 2. So he gets 94 spec catch, 94 acceleration, 89 jump. So that's not at 90 yet, but that's too bad. Anyways, moving forward, getting on that. Onto the offensive linemen. I decided to go with a zone run scheme for all of them because we're going with lower end offensive linemen. So I went with this zone run Munoz. Now, if you get these gold or elite chemistries, EPZB there, I really like this card because it's a secure protector. This is actually the card I started my offensive line with, and then I decided to go with the zone run. But secure protector is very great, and especially on a Munoz Ultimate Legend. So if you get more Ultimate Legend offensive linemen, definitely look into those. These gold Ultimate Legends are great cards. You're gonna see me get a few more here shortly. But we're gonna go with zone run, so we don't get that SP unfortunately, but we get a little bit of savings there, about 1.8K in savings. So we're just gonna get kind of balanced guys across the line. Like I said, find yourself and what you like to do. This Pew card, he's got 88 run block, 85 pass block, so he's a little bit slanted towards the run block. This next card, we're going to get Slauson, and especially with their boosts. Slauson's 85-85 with the zone run boost. We'll take a look at their boosts once we get them fully activated here. Turner, we're going to get Trey Turner. He's also well balanced, the high 80s for run block, pass block. Oh, all the way to the bottom. And then we need another zone run, and right tackle is a pretty thin position, so we had to go up all the way to Lane Johnson's side. But look at that. He's like one of the worst run block, pass blocks, and he's our tackle, and he's the highest overall. That's how much right tackles are and how terrible they are. So don't rely on Lane Johnson too much. He's fast, though, so he can really move it. Let's just go take a look at Slauson, just take a look at that zone run and what it can do for us. So tier 2, you get a couple extra run block, which is very cool on your cards. Every stat and run block really helps a lot with that. So again, like our scheme is going to be pretty well-rounded, actually, because you got speed across the board. You got run block decent. Henry to really plow forward with those quick holds, because these guys are not going to hold blocks for a super long time against high-end teams, but they're going to hold the blocks well. Oh, and at fullback, we're going to get, again, like I said, a chemistry card, Max Strong's bruising back. I like this card better than this card, even though it's 2,500 coin savings, just because you get that battle ready. BBMB doesn't mean a whole lot with this roster, but for other rosters, this means a lot. Especially if you get somebody like an elusive back and you put Henry at number 2, then the battle ready is still active on Henry because Strong has it. So he's just a great flexible fullback for you and not going for a ton of coins. All right, so let's move down to defense here. I think I'm going to start with the secondary. I do like to actually build. In MUT 17, I actually don't think corners are as important as they were in 16 because of the way the SWAT works and how it's overpowered. You don't really need guys to match up one-on-one as well. I've heard some people saying they've seen some more aggressive catches lately. I haven't run into too much, but I really love the way Eric Berry cards play this year. So we're going to get the best one that we can afford at 17.5. We got 67,000 coins to build a defense, but luckily there's a lot of great budget players here in defense. So Barry's going to be our free safety there. And then, like I said, Ultimate Legends, Paul Krause, his gold card. We'll get the hot hands one for no reason. We could save a couple thousand coins if we get this zone cover with the regular one. But 91 speed, 93 acceleration with those kind of stats. I mean, yeah, he's not a big hitter, but got great speed for you. So hopefully this gold card plays just as well as his high-end cards that I've been playing with because he's been a stud. Let me know if you guys have experience with that Krause gold. All right, now Clownies are basically need-to-have players. Most expensive one you could get. So 35K. We could get his 80 outside linebacker, but we're going to treat ourselves and get the 88. This is something you could easily downgrade, though. So we're going to go for him. The user, Dupree. Let's get out of our... Oh, we got to go out of the position. So we're going to go with this Dupree card, 88 speed at 6'4". Now, you could get a Shaz card, too. The Shaz cards aren't so bad either, but 7,500 coins for a tall user. He's faster than Barr. That's why I'm getting this Dupree over Barr. He's tall. You're not going to get chems. I'm not so focused on chems on this roster because it's so cheap. Now, I love speed, and Eric Reed's got it. Now, I do see this price a little bit higher. 88 speed on him. Both of them have 88 speed. So you want guys that can get to the sideline, fly around the ball. Speed is so important in this game, like I've said over and over and over. Now, I'm kind of going against that when I go for this Charles Haley card. This 84 chemmed out. He's only got 82 speed, but you really look at the block shed there. This is something that you could go with bar at. Say get one of these bar cards, and I wouldn't be so against that. These bar cards always play so well. You can always upgrade it to this one's obviously the best bar. Mark Barron cards also play, so good thing I put BAR because Barron cards also play very well. 88 speed on that card, just great. But we are going to just put in Haley here. You're going to want to only pass rush them. These cards are a little bit more pricey. Bars, better flexibility. I guess, 85 speed versus 82 is kind of a significant jump. Let's just go ahead and put bar here. Let's go with the cheaper one here. The alt chemistry seems to be cheaper. So we still got 17.7K budget. Now you're like, oh, that's not a lot of coins. I am going to go over budget because these guys went up so much. So once again, buy on Saturdays, look for snipes. I'm really disappointed that the 250K went up that much over the course of one day. But Jalen Ramsey, love the way this card plays. We're getting his most feared for 2,300 coins. Great budget player. Phillip Gaines, once again, like I said, speed and stopping the run is what you really need for these cards. Obviously big hitting is very important, but speed, block shed. Hit power would be great to have, but it's block shed that you really want to get off, and kind of all you want to do is kind of get a hit on the running back, slow him down a little bit, and then have the rest of your defense rally. But the 92 speed, that's going to keep up with almost all wide receivers, especially for an 83. So you really got to like that card. And then cornerback 3, we're going to get TJ Carey, another speed block shed combo. And number 4, we're going to get Randall for all those 5 wide sets that we go into. We're going to try, we're going to go with this TND. It's 2,500 coins, 90 speed though. You really kind of want to hit that threshold. It's not really so much of a threshold this year. It's just kind of it is what it is. So we still got 9,000 coins for the budget. We got to get block shed guys here. These guys, block shed, people talked about height and weight and stuff on these alignment cards. But like Clint says, and like I've confirmed, block shed matters more than anything against the run, and then power move for the pass. So get those two. Speed obviously helps chasing down running backs and quarterbacks, but block shed power move to get them off those blocks is the most important thing. So we're going to go Vernon there. Left end, Wilkerson. And you'll see I'm going kind of budget guys, but these guys are not budget guys. These guys are going to play out. I mean, obviously the budget because they're cheap, but they're going to ball out for you. So let's get the cheaper one. Looks like the alt chem is once again cheapest. Defensive tackle, Geno Atkins. Look at this. Look at this stuff right here. 92 power move, 90 block shed. Love it. Now you can chem out these guys, but I find guys that just have the highest base stats are amazing, especially for this level of cards. If I had like a 1,000,000 coin budget, and I will do a 1,000,000 coin budget video down the this week, I think you'll see me do dabble much more into chemistries and put together a team that's boosted by chemistries. And we just want we're playing mostly a 3-4, so we mostly want just a space eater here. This guy's gonna come in on say bigger sets, goal lines, just Damon Harrison. Get somebody who can a lot of block shed. Big thick dude. Get his butt in the way. So we are 1.5K over. This is without punter and kicker. So unfortunately, this is where you're going to kind of see us go way over. You just get Hauschka. We want kick power and a little bit of accuracy on kicker. You can even just get a punter. I think punters can kick just as well as they regularly can. So we'll get Hecker here. And we're 16.7K over. So there is the roster. I hope it works out. But like I said with the line, play a few games with this line, see how they do. And if you want more run blocking, get guys that are better run blocking, obviously. If you pass a lot more, go look at your stats after a few games of playing with it. See what your percentage breakdown is for either of them. But I think this is going to be a very competitive team for you. It ends up being an 85, but it's going to play pretty darn well for 250K. Very, very limited amount of coins to build a full roster of just competitive players, great players. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what kind of additions you think I can make or substitutions other guys that balled out for you in this budget level. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Call to action. I will see you tomorrow.